Hello, viewers. Welcome to an episode on consumer rights. Uh, this is going to be a very interesting discussion because my discussion is going to be on something called as advertisement. So, any business house, any manufacturing unit, any service provider, for him, advertisement is a fundamental right. It's a part of speech and expression. But as long as he's advertising correctly, he is protected by that fundamental right. Because correspondingly, in contrast, the consumer also enjoys a right not to be misled. So when he is involved in misleading advertisement, unfair practices of advertisement, then he would be brought to books for that. So today I'm going to take up the discussion on what is advertisement, misleading advertisement, unfair advertisement, redressal for that. I will make a separate video for that because this is going to be an interesting discussion what advertisement constitute. So let me talk about advertisement separately. So when we talk about advertisement, we are speaking about two different aspects of it. What are different kinds of advertisement that are possible, and what kind of different processes that are adopted in preparing an advertisement and communicating the advertisement of a product or service. So when it comes to kinds, there are four kinds of advertisement. I will take up each one by one in detail: publicity, representation, endorsement, and pronouncement. This part I'm going to talk now. Later I'm not going to touch upon it. That is how and it is communicated. So it can be audio, visual, or both. Audio visual communication. So that's the process adopted. So now how it is communicated, the different methods that is recognized by law. A communication by using light, sound, smoke, gas, print, electronic media, internet, website. These are the different ways of communicating it, and it includes very important and interestingly it includes notice, circular, label, wrapper, and even an invoice. So anything anywhere you write about a product, it becomes an advertisement, and once it becomes an advertisement, it gets stuck with the rules and regulations of advertisements. That's an important aspect you have to keep in mind. So let me take up the first part of the discussion, that is publicity. What is this publicity? Now, publicity is giving information to the public in general. Now why this information is given? Because they might be our prospective consumers, so that's why we want to give information to that, and that communication of information constitute advertisement. Now interestingly, when an article is written about a product in a newspaper, it qualified to be publicity, and indirectly it qualifies to be an advertisement. Very interesting observation. Product launch press conference. When there is a press conference called and any product is communicated through that press conference, that again constitute publicity, and indirectly it becomes an advertisement. Sponsored news article. Now that's a very stealthily done, because they sponsor an article to be written or to be published in a newspaper or the magazine or even in print electronic media. Sponsored contents, websites and YouTube videos, they have a lot of contents where the sponsored they talk about the product, and that constitute publicity. That's why it is an advertisement. I'm not talking about misleading publicity and other thing that I'll take up separately. Now representation is a very important and interesting content of an advertisement. I urge all the consumers to observe carefully and report it to the concerned authority. I'll give you the list of authorities in the next video, because representation is how a particular gender is depicted in the advertisement, how a woman is represented, how a man is being represented, how a particular gender is being represented, community is being represented, how a particular idea is being represented. So all this becomes representation in an advertisement. So why that is important is because in the guise of advertisement, in an idea of connecting with the people, because see, representation is an idea of connecting with the consumers. Somewhere we need to appeal to their heart rather than appealing to their mind, and representation helps in that. So like, take this example. Now, this is an advertisement where the body shaming is being done. This is no shape for a girl. So here objectification of women can be seen, and they are directly attacking the confidence of a woman so that she becomes a prospective consumer. The chef does everything but cook. That's what wives are for. This is stereotyping the woman, and where they are trying to sell the product by stereotyping the woman. I did not choose my husband, but I can choose my jewelry. Now here, the paternalistic and male dominant society is being glorified. Now that's again a very bad representation of the society, and these things should be brought to the notice of the authority for a proper action. So this is representation. Now here again there is a body shaming is being done, and here the you should lose weight for a better health. But how these people are advertising that you should lose weight so that you get married. Now that's again a very bad depiction of the society, even a better gender. Endorsement. Now this is the next one, where the celebrities, influencers, they start saying something about the product, and endorsement is very different from mere advertisement. See, sometimes an actor advertises a product, but many times an actor endorses the product. Now when he endorses, he is telling the people that he used it and he liked the product and he can see the result of the product. So I'll give a detailed discussion on endorsement in one more video. Like, this is an example where Shah Rukh Khan is advertising Fair and Handsome. Whether he's endorsing it, that's the question to be answered. Now look here, Pierce Brosnan, earlier James Bond, he is endorsing Pan Bahar. Now why I don't call him as advertising Pan Bahar but endorsing? Down on the right side of the poster you can see his signature. That shows that he is part of the product launch and he believes in the product. And here Katrina Kaif has lent her signature for the Lux. That's again shows that she is part of it. So this is about the endorsement in the advertisement. The last part of the advertisement is pronouncement. Now this is going to be my last discussion. So in the pronouncement, now here Mukesh Ambani is launching his Jio, the telecommunication product. Now what is his service? What he is doing is he is making the pronouncement. The publicity qualifies to be a pronouncement because the person who is making the statement is directly involved in the product. He is part of the company which is launching it. So that becomes pronouncement. So the difference between mere publicity, someone comes and talks about it. In pronouncement, the person involved with the product is talking about it. Now Steve Jobs was very well known for launching the product in a very innovative manner, and what he is doing, it qualifies to be a pronouncement, and which is actually no doubt a kind of advertisement. Twinkle Khanna, she was part of an interview when she was launching her book Mrs. Funny Bones. Now that is pronouncement because she is talking about her own product which she's written with her own hands. So that qualifies to be the product. So therefore these are the ways in which advertisement can be made. So for you to understand what qualifies to be advertisement is very important, because once you know what is advertisement, then you can very well check the contents of the advertisement on these ad sticks. So then we can take the proper course of action against the violators. So I'll stop my video here. Please subscribe, share and like my video, and also be part of my campaign to make awareness about the consumer rights. Thank you very much for your patient hearing. See you in the next episode.